from Tarnoff Gymnasium on the campus of West Orange High School in West Orange, New Jersey, Stateliner Sports Network proudly presents Phillipsburg High School Wrestling. Today, it is the semifinals of the New Jersey Region 3 tournament. 6 Stateliners will be appearing in the semifinal round. Good morning, everyone. I'm Mike Moore, and along with Bob Kerp, we'll be bringing you all the hold-by-hold of today's matchups. Phillipsburg Wrestling is brought to you as a service of the Rothman Institute, a worldwide leader in orthopedics and official orthopedic partner of the NJSIAA. Visit RothmanInstitute.com. By Ahart, Frenzy & Smith, recognized as one of the leading insurance agencies in the United States. Find out more at AFSinsurance.com. By Erco Credit Union, 450 Hillcrest Boulevard in Phillipsburg and 2240 Northampton Street in Easton. Great rates, low fees. Visit us at ErcoCU.com. By Open Mic, for exclusive coverage of the Stateliners and the entire Hunterd and Warren, Sussex area, follow Mike Weileman's blog at mikeopen.blogspot.com. And by Welcome to the Pit, a history of Phillipsburg wrestling is available. Order yours on Amazon today. We'll be wrestling on 3 mats in the semifinal round, and we want to quickly get to those lineups. At 106 pounds, it'll be the top seed, the 3 seed, Nick Nardone of Delbarton, the District 10 champion, a freshman 28-4, against Belvedere's Quinn Malofchik, the District 11 runner-up, the 2 seed, a junior, he's 35-2, and Joey Oliveri of High Point, the top seed, the District 11 champion, a freshman 35-3, will face Michael Rodriguez of Beckton, the District 10 runner-up, 4 seed, a sophomore, he's 24-7. 113, second seed Cullen Day of Phillipsburg, the District 9 champion, a senior 28-9, will face Jake Bercese of Hanover Park, the District 11 champion and 3 seed, he's a sophomore 27-6. Top half of the bracket will be defending state champion Anthony Clark of Delbarton. Top seed, a sophomore 29-2, and Mike Queso of West Morris, the 4 seed, the District 11 runner-up. He's a senior, 30-8. 120, Travis Jones of Phillipsburg, the top seed, the District 9 champ, a junior, 35-4, in a rematch with Mendham's Dom DeGena, the 4 seed, a junior, 37-2. Bottom half of the bracket, the 3rd wrestler out of District 9, Darren Jones of Caldwell, the 6 seed, a sophomore, 31-6, will face Alex Strashinsky of Delbarton, the District 10 champ, the 2 seed, a sophomore, he's 20-2. 126, defending state champion Pat Glory of Delbarton, the District 10 champ, top seed, senior, 33-0, against the 4 seed from Warren Hills, Cody O'Rourke, the District 12 runner-up, he's a senior, 25-6. Bottom half of the bracket, the 2 seed, Dominic DiFrancescantonio of Hanover Park, the District 11 champion, a junior, 32-6, will face the 3 seed, Anthony Petrillo of Livingston, the District 12 champion, he's a senior, he's 36-1. 132, Phillipsburg's Kyle Tino, the District 9 champ, a 6 seed, the junior, 23-8, in a rematch with Peter Tringali of Mendham, the District 9 runner-up, the 7 seed, he's a junior, 32-7. Top half of the bracket, defending state champion Nick Ramo of Hanover Park, the District 11 champ, top seed, junior, 35-0, and the 5 seed, Edgar Moreno of West Orange, District 10 third place finisher, he's a junior, he's 27-8. 138, the top seed, Cody Harrison of Phillipsburg, a junior, 30-3, the District 9 champ, against the District 10 runner-up and 5 seed, Dante Stefanelli of Delbarton, he's a sophomore, 11-5. Bottom half of the bracket, the 2nd wrestler out of District 9, Caldwell's Alex Jones, he's a 3 seed, a sophomore, 17-3, will face Frank Gabrielli of Verona, the District 10 champ, the 2 seed, he's a senior, 35-2. 145, the 2 seed, Sean Conley of Hanover Park, the District 11 champ, a senior, 29-6, will face Alex Carita of Hackettstown, the District 9 champion, 3 seed, a senior, 38-1. Bottom half of the bracket, the top half is Travis Tavoso of Delbarton. Top seed, District 10 champ, a senior, 29-4, against the 4 seed Alex Winan of Mendham, the District 9 runner-up. He's a junior, 33-6. 152, Phillipsburg's Brian Meyer, two-time region champ, third in the state a year ago. He's a senior, 33-2. Will face Justin LeMay of West Morris, the 4 seed, the District 11 champ. He's a junior, 29-4. Bottom half of the bracket, Caldwell's Gerald Jones, the number 2 wrestler out of District 9. The 2 seed, he's a senior, 32-2 against Vince Andriano of Del Barton, the District 10 champ, a 3 seed. He's a junior, 25-7. 160, Matt Liberato of Hanover Park, the District 11 champ, top seed, a senior, 25-4. Frank DeMeo of Nutley, the District 10 third place finisher, 4th seed, a senior, 33-3. Colin Morgan in the other half of the bracket, the 3 seed from West Orange, District 10 runner-up, a junior, 28-7, facing the District 10 champ, Kieran Calvetti of Del Barton. The 2 seed is a sophomore, 25-8. 170, Lance Wissing of Phillipsburg, the 4 seed, a senior, 36-3, facing Marco Gaeta, the top seed from West Morris. He is a senior, 31-2. Bottom half of the bracket is A.J. Lonsky of Del Barton, the 2 seed, District 10 champ, a junior, 25-10, against Frank Gabrielli of Nutley, the District 10 runner-up. That's a rematch there. He's the 6 seed, a senior, 31-4. 182, Jared Oster of Warren Hills, the District 12 champ, 2 seed, facing the 3 seed, Sebastian Rawls of West Orange, the District 10 runner-up and 3 seed. He's a senior, 32-5. 195, Kyle Schaefer of Caldwell, Gage Armillo of Mendham, a rematch from the district final, Noah Tandy of West Orange, Anthony Siragusa of Del Barton. 220, Kenny Pena of Cliffside Park, Nick Galka of Warren Hills, Trey Zagombic of Del Barton, Robert Rosen of West Morris, and at 285, Joe Andes of Hackettstown, Dorodalu Ajayi of Warren Hills, and Jason Kopich of Beckton, and Ryan Knox of Randolph, because we're going to be getting to our wrestling action very quickly. As far as the districts advancing into the semifinals today, Del Barton with 12 wrestlers out of District 10. District 10 leading the way with 21. District 9, the Phillipsburg contingent with 16. District 11, the Hanover Park contingent with 11. And District 12, the Warren Hills contingent with 8. As far as teams, Del Barton has a dozen, followed by Phillipsburg and Hanover Park with 6. Caldwell, Mendham, Warren Hills, West Morris, and West Orange have 4. Then we have 2 each for Beckton, Hackettstown, Livingston, and Nutley. 1 each for Verona, Randolph, Cliffside Park, and Belvedere. Right now, everyone asked to stand. Our national anthem from West Orange. So I will be keeping an eye on Nick Nardone of Del Barton, Quinn Malofchik of Belvedere, and Bob will be watching Joey Oliveri of Hanover Park and Michael Rodriguez of Beckton. Guy Soraki and Jamie Schreiner are going to be on mat 2 for the Del Barton Belvedere match. Belvedere, of course, in the County Cedar red. And Delbarton in the green and white. So these are the 2 and 3 seeds, Malofchik of Belvedere and Nardone of Delbarton. Guy Saraki, again, the referee. Malofchik taps at the head, takes half a shot, then Nardone trying to get in on the right leg of Malofchik, who sprawls. Malofchik misses on an ankle pick, and the wrestlers break apart. Just 1:35 to go here, scoreless first. Wrestling right in the center of this West Orange mat. Duck under attempted by Malofchik is blocked off by Nardone. Malofchik tapping at the head of Nardone. Nardone tries to tie up the left elbow. There's a duck under again by Malofchik, blocked off by Nardone. Now a front head and arm by Malofchik, and he loses that. Just under a minute to go here in a scoreless first. Just underway here in the Region 3 semifinals. Malofchik in on the right leg at the edge, cannot pull him in. Guy Saraki says you're off the mat at 50 seconds.
At 106, Joey Oliveri of Hanover Park picks up a forfeit. He's the top seed from Mike Rodriguez of Bechtel.
Underhooking the left shoulder, Malofchik. Stalemate called by Guy Razaki. Still no advantage here with under 30 seconds to go in a scoreless first. Right in front of our Stateliner Sports Network camera as Nardone tried to get in and ran out of space at the edge of the mat. 28 seniors in this round. There are 17 juniors, 9 sophomores, and 2 freshmen. All of the top seeds have made it. 13 of the 2s as the first period ends scoreless between Nardone and Malofchik.
Just underway at 113, Anthony Clark of Delbarton, the top seed, and Mike Queso of West Morris, the 4 seed.
Nardone will be underneath to start the second. Sits. Malofchik tries to check him back. Nardone able to roll on through, but Malofchik had the left arm barred, lost it. And now there is a neutral for Nardone. And the Delbarton freshman goes out in front 1-0. Wrestling takedowns, again, neither one able to get one in the first. 1-0 lead here for Nick Nardone of Delbarton. Malofchik was a district champ a year ago, this year a runner-up. He has twice placed in the region tournament, 3rd last year, 4th a year ago. 33-6 as a freshman, 36-4 as a sophomore, and entering the round today, 35-2. So in 3 seasons, he's only tasted defeat 12 times. Nardone tried to duck under to the left leg as we're under a minute to go. Malofchik trying to horse his way behind. He's got the takedown. Malofchik of Belvedere with the takedown goes ahead of Nardone of Delbarton, 2-1 here in the second with 45 seconds to wrestle. At the edge, they will go off with Malofchik still in control. Coach Danny McIntyre up out of the chairs to talk to Malofchik. Nardone was an Escape the Rock winner. He was 3rd in this year's Beast of the East and a runner-up in the Morris County tournament to Oliveri. There's an escape for Nardone, and the bout is tied at 2 with under 30 seconds to go here in the second. Cohen Day of Phillipsburg will be up next on this mat, on mat 2. Reaches for a leg, Malovchik, and they're off the mat at 4.6 seconds.
113, top seed Anthony Clark of Del Barton with a 4-0 lead as they enter the second period over Mike Queso of West Morris.
Second period ends. It's 2-2, and Malovchik will be underneath in the third. Quinn trying to reach the regional finals for the first time in his career. Nardone is ranked third in the state in this weight class. Malovchik is fourth in the LehighValleyLive.com area. Malovchik stands, but comes off right in front of us, 12 seconds into the third. Malovchik getting set. Now Nardone, left hand tight waist, right elbow. Nardone trying to tie up Malovchik's left wrist. Malovchik stands, trying to pull those hands apart. Nardone trying to pick him up through the crotch, takes him back down. Now Malovchik trying to come out and face him at the edge. And he gets the escape with 1:23 to go here in regulation. Malovchik now of Belvedere leading Nardone of Del Barton 3-2. So Nardone has to be the aggressor. Trailing by a point, 1:15 to go in the bout. Neither one really close to a takedown while they have been on their feet. One minute to wrestle. Just tying, working for hand and wrist control. They break apart. Again, Nardone's got to be the aggressor. The only takedown belongs to Malovchik after Nardone escaped in the second. Nardone trying to get in on the right leg and Malovchik blocking him off. 30 seconds to go in the bout. Nardone reaches for the right leg, can't get it ducked. There's a stalling warning on Malovchik, who backs up towards the center. Under 20 seconds to go in regulation. The winner here advancing to the States. Malovchik reaches for a leg, Nardone reaches for a leg. Under 10, Nardone dives in, Malovchik sprawls, underhooks the right shoulder, and Malovchik is going to win a 3-2 decision at 106. Quinn Malovchik of Belvedere advancing to this afternoon's finals.
At 113, Anthony Clark of Del Barton leading 5-0 in the third period. Minute and a half to go over Mike Queso of West Morris.
And we'll stay on this mat, on mat 2, because it'll be Cohen Day for Phillipsburg. And he is facing Jake Bercese of Hanover Park. Day in the Phillipsburg garnet and gray, white across, and Phillipsburg across the chest. Bercese in black and gold. And the referee for this bout will be Jamie Schreiner. Guy Saraki will assist. Day, the District 9 champ. Trying in on the right leg of Bercese, trying to pull that leg through at the edge. He'll get a takedown as they go off the mat. Day pinned Bercese in last year's finals. Excuse me, last year's semifinals. Pinned him in 3:31, leading 2-0 at the time. Bercese had been the 106-pounder for Hanover Park, and when Joey Oliveri dropped down, Bercese had to go up to 113. So we're Cohen Day trying to turn Bercese and able to fight that off as he tried to turn Bercese to his right. barring the left arm. Trying to free. Bercise has control of Day's left wrist. Day frees the wrist. Now trying to get the right leg in. Barring that left arm. Chopping at the right elbow. Right in the center of the mat. Again, wants to sink that right leg in, can't get it in. I think the Stateliner fans behind us want Bercise hit for stalling here with 35 seconds to wrestle in the first. Bercise trying to stretch out that left leg. Day trying to work a hazard tilt to turn him to his right. 1 count. 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 back points coming for Phillipsburg's Cullen Day. Under 15 seconds to wrestle here in the first. Day content to keep him right there with the hazard. Final 5 seconds. Now, Bob, you keep on the right. Travis Jones is going to be on mat 1. It's 5-0 Day after 1. Flip of the disc. Goes to Bercise. He defers. Day will choose neutral. So I won't be watching, Bob. Jump in, anytime you feel appropriate.
Anthony Clark did hang on to win 5-1 at 113 over Mike Queso. Clark of Delbarton, the top seed at 113.
And he awaits the winner of Day and Bercise. Working takedowns here in the second. Day's in on the right leg again. Trying to pull that through. He's got another takedown. Day leads 7-0. Controlling the left elbow. Reaches inside for the right wrist. He's got the left arm barred, has the right wrist. Takes that wrist again. Coach Post going to switch chairs. Day's trying to work a hazard. Coach Brad Gensel. Stalemate's called by referee Jamie Schreiner. Go back to the center with Bercise still underneath.
No score thus far with 1:14 to go with Jones and DeGena.
Day trying to set up the hazard. 2-on-1 on the left wrist. Trying to pressure on the head. Day maintaining control here with a 7-0 lead. Cullen, a 2-time district champ, region runner-up a year ago. 78 career wins. And maintaining control here of Jake Bercise of Hanover Park. Trying to bar the left arm again. Stopped by, sometimes confused by the whistle. I thought that was Jamie Schreiner blew a whistle, but
that was my whistle.
10 seconds to go.
DeGena Jones just stalemated. 23 seconds to go, no score for period 1.
Day 7-0 after 2. Yeah, there's no, they're not using any horns or buzzers on the scoreboards. So Bercise takes top here in the third, behind 7-0. Day stands, Bercise throwing the right leg in. Day trying to pull those hands apart. Bercise trying to trip Day to the mat. And the Stateliner fans want stalemate called by referee Schreiner.
First period ends scoreless between Jones and DeGena. DeGena has chosen bottom for period 2.
Day stands, dropping down to both ankles, and locked hands is going to be called on Bercise. As they're off the mat, locked hands is called, and a point for Day. Goes up 8-0.
DeGena escapes, so Travis Jones now trailing 1-0 in the second.
Jake, as soon as this Day bout is over, we're going to go to mat number 1 where Travis Jones is wrestling. Day comes out the back door. He has a reversal and now leads 10-0.
They're tied now at 1 between Jones and DeGena.
Day maintaining control here. Coming up on the 1-minute mark to go in the bout. Day with 2 takedowns, a reversal, 3 back points, and a point for locked hands. And he leads 10-0, trying to make his second consecutive regional final. Day with a strong left-hand tight waist, wrapping it around the right side of Bercese. 35 seconds to go here with Day in command. Bercese, the district champ and 6th in the region a year ago in this weight class when he was 27-16. And the second time that Phillipsburg's Cullen Day will dominate him to advance to the final. 10 seconds to go. And Jake will get set to switch right away to mat number 1. Day trying to work another tilt. He will run out of time. It's a 10-0 major decision for Phillipsburg's Cullen Day at 1:13.
DeGena and Jones still tied at 1 here with 12 seconds to go in the second period. DeGena in deep on a single, but Jones fighting him off. And no advantage signaled yet. And now just a 2-point takedown for Travis Jones with 4.2 to go in period 2. Got some reaction from the coaches here of Mendham.
Mark Russo is the referee for this bout.
We're back underway at the center with Jones riding, and time expires in the second period. So DeGena had the choice to start period 2. He went underneath and escaped very quickly. Jones will be underneath to start the third period.
How did Jones pick up that 1 point, Bob?
It was a penalty point there. So 3-1 for Jones as he starts on the bottom, underway in the third period.
You stay with that, and I'll just watch Pat Glory here from Delbarton up with Cody O'Rourke at 126.
Jones has cleared his hips, but can't quite escape from DeGena as he's got an arm trapped in a tight waist. And now Jones flat to the mat once again. As he tries to work his way up, DeGena has a leg in. And now trying a spladle as he pulls the far leg, trying to turn Jones. And Jones gets back to his belly with 1:20 to go. This has been a bit more of DeGena than in the previous matchup at the districts. But Jones has blocked him off. But they've had a couple tussles and tied up in a pretzel a few times. Jones still on the bottom. Haven't seen even an attempt at a Peterson here as DeGena wraps up a bar and now reaches for the left wrist, but that's stopped for potentially dangerous, and they'll go back to the center with 56 to go in the bout.
Glory and O'Rourke scoreless, 1:10 to go in the first.
3-1 Travis Jones. He is underneath, under a minute to go in the bout. Jones clears his hips. DeGena tries to follow. Jones blocking a leg of DeGena, now looking to lock up that Peterson, doesn't get it. DeGena riding. Jones clears his hips once again, looks to sit out. Clears his hips but can't quite get to his base from here as DeGena has a tight waist. 30 seconds to go. Jones still trying to clear his hips. DeGena with a leg in, draped over the body of Jones, is flat, now comes back up to his base. DeGena trying a tilt and spladle again. He tried that earlier. And see if he can turn Jones here with 7 seconds to go. Jones managing to keep his stomach closer to the mat. Back points counted out now, but there'll only be 2. But that ties it up at 3, and we will go to overtime. As he managed to get that spladle and back points there at the end of regulation. They're on their feet. Jones in quickly on a single. DeGena blocking off. Jones trying to turn the corner, picks up DeGena, gets him back to the mat, He's got to come around the backside as DeGena has a foot pulling up towards Jones's head. 2 points takedown signal for Travis Jones, and he wins in overtime. That's 5-3. Travis Jones over Dom DeGena to advance at 120.
We had a scoreless first. This is on mat 2 with Darren Jones of Caldwell and Alex Strashinsky of Delbarton. Scoreless first. And Strashinsky on mat 2 underneath to start the second. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to, well, let's stay here. Let's stay on 2 with Strashinsky and Jones. There's a reversal for Strashinsky of Delbarton. He's out in front 2-0. So Phillipsburg has advanced 2 to the finals in Cullen Day and Travis Jones. Jones in overtime, 5-3 over Dom DeGena of Mendham. And Day winning 10-0 over Jake Bercese of Hanover Park. That's going to be on mat 3. That will
Glory.
be Glory. So that may not last very long. That's no offense taken on the Warren Hills wrestler Cody O'Rourke, but he's facing the number 1 ranked wrestler in the country at that weight class.
Glory just picked up a takedown. So he's up 2-0 over Cody O'Rourke at 126.
Strashinsky with that reversal on Jones and riding, stopped, stalemated by referee Guy Saraki. So the referees apparently are going to stay on their particular mats. That's Doug Bush is down on the far side. Joined by one of our officials from last week. Right, Jones still underneath here with 36 seconds to go in the second, trailing 2-0. And an escape for Jones, 2-1, and we're working takedowns again. Under 15 seconds to go here in the second. The winner of this bout will face Phillipsburg's Travis Jones.
Warren Hills Cody O'Rourke trailing 4-0 to Pat Glory of Delbarton at 126. They're in the first period with 30 seconds to go.
Jones underneath here in the third, trailing 2-1. Guy Saraki's the referee for this bout. Right hand tight waist as Jones sits. Strashinsky trying to hip over him, and Jones trying to belly down. Now the wrestlers are head to toe. Strashinsky maintaining control here. Jones picks up on Strashinsky's left leg. Trying to sit back into him. Strashinsky still maintaining control. Jones has an arm behind Strashinsky's left leg, loses that. With 1:20 to go here in the bout. Reaches inside for the left wrist. Trying to sink the right leg and then turn. Jones rolls on through as he tried to tilt him. Has that left leg across the midsection of Jones and trying to work a power half. Under a minute to go in the bout. Strashinsky trying to check back Jones as he underhooks the right shoulder and then plants that power half again. 1 count, that's all. Guy Saraki looking in. Jones comes up to his knees. Reaches back for the head. Strashinsky now trying to work a lever. 30 seconds to go in the bout that Strashinsky leads 2-1. Jones controlling Strashinsky's left wrist. Straczynski chops at that right elbow on Jones. 15 seconds to go in the bout. Now wants that near leg and far arm tilt. Jones rolls. Straczynski stays with him. 3 seconds to go. And Straczynski will hang on and win 2-1 at 120. So Alex Straczynski of Delbarton will face Phillipsburg's Travis Jones in the finals at 120.
Pat Glory up now 12-0 over Cody O'Rourke of Warren Hills at 126. Glory, the top seed from Delbarton.
On mat 1, let's stay with, let's go to mat 3, Jake, where Glory has O'Rourke on his back on mat 3. Was that just a technical fall at 15-0?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Jake, so now we're going to go, let's go to mat 1. Okay, mat 1 is Dom DiFrancescantonio of Hanover Park and Anthony Petrillo of Livingston.
That technical fall came in 3:32 for Pat Glory, 15-0.
Power shrug attempted by Petrillo, and he works the takedown. Anthony Petrillo of Livingston on mat 1. 36-1, a senior with a 2-0 lead over Dom DiFrancescantonio of Hanover Park. He has an escape, and it's 2-1. DiFrancescantonio is the 2 seed. He's a junior, 32-6. Petrillo is the 3 seed, the District 12 champ. DiFrancescantonio is the District 11 champ. Off they go at 55 seconds. DiFrancescantonio tried to snap down on the head of Petrillo, was blocked off. Keeps now he's got the right leg, has a takedown, trying to turn DiFrancescantonio to his left. 1 count, 2, 3. He's going to have 2 back points on the 4-point play by Anthony Petrillo of Livingston off the mat. So the 4-point play makes it 6-1 in favor of Petrillo of Livingston. DiFrancescantonio stands, brought back to the mat, and Petrillo tried to step through and turn him. Final 10 seconds here of the first, with Anthony Petrillo of Livingston leading Dom DiFrancescantonio of Hanover Park 6-1 after 1.
Underway at 132, defending state champ Nick Ramo of Hanover Park with a 5-1 lead. Make that now 7-1 in the second period.
DiFrancescantonio underneath to start the second. Stands. Brought back to the mat by Petrillo. Picks up on a near ankle. DiFrancescantonio sits out, turns in. He will get 1, and it is 6-2. Petrillo taps at the head of DiFrancescantonio. In the Hanover Park black is DiFrancescantonio. In the green and white is Petrillo of Livingston as DiFrancescantonio gets in on a leg. Petrillo was able to horse that free with 30 seconds gone here in the second period. Petrillo with a 19-5 winner over Eli Shepard of West Morris in last night's quarterfinals. And DiFrancescantonio with a fall in 3 minutes and 53 seconds over Alex Schlegel of Mendham. DiFrancescantonio will get a takedown at the edge. And it's now 6-4. 1 minute to wrestle here in the second. Referee for this bout is Rich Gercio.
Hanover Park's Nick Ramo up 11-2 at 132 over Edgar Marino of West Orange.
Ron Jones is assisting referee Gercio. Petrillo stands. Brought back down to the mat by DiFrancesco Antonio. Tries to throw the right leg in at the edge of the mat, and off they go at 46 seconds. So the winner of this one will face the defending champion Pat Glory. Petrillo is set. DiFrancesco Antonio, left hand tight waist, right elbow. Petrillo stands. Brought back by DiFrancesco Antonio. Gives up on the tight waist. Now wants to pick up on the left ankle. Gives up on that. Petrillo turns in. Locking up a cradle as DiFrancesco Antonio, and Petrillo slipped out of that cradle, and he'll have himself a neutral, and he will lead 7-4 with under 10 seconds to go in the second. So DiFrancesco Antonio had a cradle, but Petrillo popped out of it for an escape at the edge of the mat, and through two, it is 7-4 Anthony Petrillo of Livingston.
Nick Ramo up 18-5 in the second period, make that 20-5. And that would be your technical fall right there for Nick Ramo at 132.
Working takedowns. Petrillo in on the left leg of DiFrancesco Antonio. And DiFrancesco Antonio comes out and snapped him to his back and got the fall. 4:22 as he countered the takedown attempt by Petrillo and got the fall as he threw him to his back in 4:22. So it'll be Glory and DiFrancesco Antonio in the final at 126. Okay, Ramo already in the finals at 132 on the tech fall 20-5. So Phillipsburg's Kyle Tino will be on mat 2. Mat 2, Jake, right in front of us. Kyle Tino of Phillipsburg and Peter Tringali.
And Cody Harrison's going to be down the way.
All right, so jump in whenever necessary. Tino is the 6th seed. He's a junior, 23-8. Tringali, the District 9 runner-up, is a junior, 32-7. Tino decision Tringali 8-3 last Saturday. He had 3 takedowns in getting that win, and he just took a shot to the nose or the left eye.
Cody Harrison with a quick takedown against Dante Stefanelli, and then he cuts him loose. So it's 2-1 Harrison, minute 40 to go, period 1.
Jamie Schreiner is the referee for this bout. Tino was very good with his leg shots against Tringali last week. Doug Bush is assisting in this bout. So the referees are moving from mat to mat. Tringali trying to get in on the left leg. Tino sprawls. Remember the winners here. Assured of a second place finish and have their ticket punched to Atlantic City. Tino has the left leg. Trying to convert that high crotch at the edge. Tringali tries to sit. And a takedown for Tino to lead 2-0. And they go off the mat.
Harrison gets another takedown. He's up 4-1 over Dante Stefanelli.
The action fast and furious here on the 3 mats this morning. You're listening or watching the Region 3 semifinals. Phillipsburg so far is 2 for 2. Tino gives up an escape to Tringali. And it's 2-1. Tringali trying to work a front head and arm, tried to shrug Tino. Tino blocked him off. .30 seconds to wrestle here in the first. Tringali dives in on the left leg of Tino and almost threw him on by. Under 20 to go here in the first. Tino converting the only takedown. Tringali has an escape. Tringali diving in on a double. Tino sprawls, trying to work a front head and arm. Could not get control. Final 5 seconds. And Kyle Tino of Phillipsburg will lead 2-1 after 1.
After 1 at 138, Cody Harrison up 4-1 over Dante Stefanelli.
Tino will be underneath to start the second. Kyle, the district champ, 8th in the Hurricane, 3rd in the 100 in Sussex Warren. Picked up career win number 50 last night. The junior stands. He is out in 4 seconds. And Tino leads 3-1. Tino trying to snap down on the head of Tringali. They break apart. Tringali is in the Mendham blue and white. Dives in on Tino's left leg. Tino sprawls. Tino in on the right leg of Tringali. Hand and a wrist to a double. Steps through. Takedown for Tino. And he now leads 5-1. Off the mat they go to our right.
Harrison riding in the second period as Stefanelli chose bottom. It's still 4-1 Harrison.
Tringali underneath. Tino with a 5-1 lead. Kyle, the 6th seed. He's one of 3 6th seeds to make the semifinals. Picks up on the ankle of Tringali, and then he cuts him. On the escape, it is 5-2. Tino sneaking a look at the clock. Minute 5 to wrestle here in the second. Tringali tries to snap down on the head of Tino. The winner here will face the defending state champ, Nick Ramo of Hanover Park. Front head and arm. Tino tried to reach then for the leg, fought it off. Tringali will backpedal to the center. 40 seconds to wrestle here in the second. Tino with 2 takedowns and an escape. Tringali has a pair of escapes. This is the only matchup between 6 and 7 seeds in the semifinals. Tino advancing with a 10-9 decision over the 3 seed, Justin Cantor. Stalemate's called. Cantor from North Bergen. Tringali on a Wednesday night won 6-4 over Jonathan Vasquez of West Morris. And then 4-2 last night over the 2 seed, Sebastian Cornillo of Morris Catholic, the only 2 seed to fall. Tino able to sprawl, fight off that takedown attempt with 11 seconds to go.
Cody Harrison cut Dante Stefanelli with about a minute to go in the second, but has not been able to score a takedown yet. So 30 seconds to go in period 2. Still 4-1 Harrison. 4-2, excuse me.
Tino trying to spin around behind. He got behind him, a roll, and no takedown as the second period comes to an end. Tino on top 5-2. Tringali's choice in the third. It's been a pretty fast-paced bout here at 132, so a little slower getting back to the center. Tringali will be underneath here in the third.
And Harrison got his takedown with 6 seconds to go in the second period, so he's now up 6-2 as they'll go to the third period.
Tringali choosing underneath. Tino tries that claw on the left shoulder, brings Tringali down to his knees, breaks him down. Tino controlling Tringali's left wrist. Out the left side with it. Tino would like to eat up as much time as he can in the ride here, trying to pick up on the right ankle, take Tringali off his base. Tringali able to get to his feet and get off the mat with a minute 34 to go in the bout.
Cody Harrison chose bottom to start the third period, was immediately cut, so he is now up 7-2.
Tringawi getting set. Tino, right hand tight waist, left elbow. Tringawi stands. And Tino will surrender the escape. So it is 5-3. Working takedowns here in the third. Tringawi tried to throw Tino on by. Tino with 2 takedowns and an escape for his 5. Tringawi has 3 escapes. Diving in, Tino sprawls. Tino trying to get in on the right leg. They break apart. Tino is taking a look at the clock. Turned around, actually, look at that with 1 minute and 5 seconds to go. Taps at the head of Tringawi. Tringawi backpedals to the center. Tino trying to make it 2 in a row over Tringawi. And last week it was in the finals. This time it would be to advance to the finals. 40 seconds to go as Tringawi tried to dive in on Tino's right leg at the edge. Tino underhooks him. They are off neutral at 34 seconds. I think Tringawi's just as tired as Kyle Tino is.
Still 7-2 Harrison, 40 seconds to go in the bout.
These bouts going to end at, without some fireworks, they will end at approximately the same time, and Phillipsburg will go 4 for 4 if they both can hang on. Tino with that 2-point lead and under 20 seconds to go. There are no stalling warnings in the bout. There's a stalling warning on Tino. 10 seconds to go. Wrestlers break apart. Tringawi trying to get in. Tino sprawling, looking up at the clock. He'll hang on with that right there. Phillipsburg's Kyle Tino has advanced to the finals and punched his ticket to Atlantic City. 5-3 over Peter Tringawi of Mendham.
Cody Harrison in on a single. Doesn't appear that he's going to be able to finish it, but he doesn't need to, as the bout expires. 7-2 win for Cody Harrison at 138 over Dante Stefanelli of Del Barton. Harrison with takedowns, a pair of them in the first period, 1 in the second, and an escape in the third. He wins 7-2.
Okay, 145. All right, Karita of Hackettstown is on deck. We have Caldwell, Alex Jones of Caldwell.
Frank Gabriele.
Yes, that's right in front of us on mat 2. And mat 1 is Mendham. That might be, that's Tavoso and Wynant of Mendham at 145. Let's go to mat 1, Jake. Mat 1. And we will keep our eyes on Travis Tavoso of Del Barton, and Alex Wynant of Mendham. So I'll watch that one, Bob, and you keep your eye on Jones of Caldwell and Gabriela Verona on mat 2. All right, we're underway. Tavoso of Del Barton in the green, Wynant of Mendham in the blue and white. Tavoso dives in on a leg, and they are off neutral, no advantage. Ron Jones is the referee for this bout. The winner of this one will face the winner of Karita of Hackettstown and Conley of Hanover Park coming up. Tavoso is in on the right leg of Wynant. Wynant trying to work a butt drag of his own. Tavoso still has Wynant's right leg behind the knee. Trying to drive through that as he drops down Wynant onto his left hip and has the takedown. So Tavoso of Del Barton out in front 2-0. Tavoso is the top seed. 15-0 technical fall over Michael Charles of West Orange in last night's quarters. They're off the mat at 55 seconds.
Verona's Frank Gabriele up 5-1 over Alex Jones of Caldwell with 10 seconds to go here in the first period. Gabriele getting a takedown and 3 back points on a tilt and now giving up a escape to Alex Jones.
Wynand is set. Right hand tight waist by Tavoso. Wynand stands, arches his back, turns in. Tavoso drops down onto a leg. Maintaining control here, now in a sitting position. At the edge of the mat. Just a few feet from the bleachers here at West Orange on mat 1. Under 30 seconds to go. Wynand advancing 11-3 major. Just had a fall in the other semifinal.
As Gabrielli came out from the behind, got a reversal, and he gets the fall in the second period over Alex Jones. That'll be a 2:15.
And a tilt for 3 back points for Tavoso to lead 5-0 after 1 over Wynand. We are going to go, Jake, we're going to take mat 2. We're going to take mat 2 right now because this is Alex Carita of Hackettstown and Sean Conley of Hanover Park. So Bob will keep an eye on the rest of Tavoso and Wynand, with Tavoso leading 5-0 as they start the second. So this is a rematch between Carita, who's quickly in on Conley's right leg. Tried to switch to a double. Conley fought that off, and he horsed his way behind Carita for a takedown. Conley out in front, 2-0. Last year, Carita decision Conley 5-1 in the final at 138. Had 2 takedowns. So Phillipsburg's Cody Harrison will meet Frank Gabrielli of Verona in the final at 138. Carita stands in the Hackettstown black and orange. That's Conley in the Hanover Park black behind him. Drops down to Carita's right leg at the knee, and he will take him off to get a fresh start. Guy Soraki is the referee for this bout.
Mendham's Alex Wynand got a reversal, and then Travis Travoso got an escape, so it's now 6-2 Travoso.
Conley riding. Carita reaching inside for the right wrist. Rides out the left side. Carita rolls. Now, and he will have 1. It's 2-1. So Carita got in, couldn't finish, and Conley was able to counter for a takedown. He has the 2-1 lead with 45 seconds to wrestle here in the first. Conley is the District 11 champion, a senior 29-6. He's the 2 seed. Carita is the District 9 champ, the 3 seed, a senior 38-1. His only loss is to Ricky Cabanellis of DePaul, who is the top-ranked wrestler in the state in this weight class. Conley looking for a Russian tie on the right arm of Carita. 20 seconds to go here in the first, and they're off the mat back to the center.
Tavoso up 8-2 at 145 over Alex Wynand of Mendham.
Again, trying to horse his way behind was Conley, using his strength on Carita, but ran out of room at the edge with 9 seconds to go. Trying to tie up that left arm of Carita. Carita trying to back his way out. And the first period will end with Conley on top of Carita, 2-1.
Still 8-2, Tavoso of Del Barton over Alex Wynand of Mendham. 30 seconds to go in period 2.
Conley underneath to start the second. Carita right hand tight waist left elbow. Conley stands right away. And he is out in 4 seconds. Conley leading Carita 3-1. Working takedowns here in the second. Carita's a 3-time district champ, defending region champ, as I mentioned, third in the region here 2 years ago. He is Hackettstown's all-time win leader. 27 wins as a freshman, 32 as a sophomore, 38 last year, and with 38 so far this season. Conley underhooking the right shoulder of Carita. Off they go neutral in 1:06. Conley, region runner-up here a year ago, district champ. 25 wins as a freshman, 24 as a sophomore, 29 as a junior. And 29 so far this season. Carita getting in on the right leg, and again, Conley able to horse himself free. Conley been using his strength to his advantage in this bout. 45 seconds to wrestle here in the second. Carita trying to get in on the right leg. They are off back to the center at 39 seconds.
Mendham's Alex Wynant riding in the third period with 1.5 minutes to go, but trailing Travis DeVoso of Del Barton 8-2.
Conley tapping at the head of Carita. Carita tries to snap down. Carita trying to get in on, trips, and he tripped him right to his back. And Guy Soraki counted out a couple of back points. That's going to be a 4-point play for Alex Carita of Hackettstown. 2-2, and he has grabbed the lead at 5-3. Conley underneath. They're going to go over to the scorer's table and check something out here. Clock stopped at 17 seconds. That was a beautiful move by Alex Carita.
DeVoso now up 11-2 over Alex Wynant. Under 1 minute to go in the bout.
Well, there's still some controversy. I mean, the scoreboard reads 5-3. That's correct. 17 seconds up on the scoreboard. Okay, maybe they may have had 5-3 written the other way, but 5-3 is the correct score. They may have had that on the 5-3 on the green band as opposed to the red band, but it is 5-3 in favor of Carita. So the wrestlers got a little extra breather there. Let's see if Carita can hang on here for the final 17 seconds of the second. Right hand tight waist. Conley trying to reach back. Stands. Carita picks up the left leg. Conley tries to sit. Conley tries to roll. Carita stays with him, breaks him down, and Carita's going to save a crucial escape point there and lead 5-3 after 2. The choice will be Carita's, and he will go down in the third. This has been the kind of good bout that you would have anticipated. Conley keeping his weight on the back of Carita. Pressure on the head. Reaches inside for Carita's left wrist. Phillipsburg's Brian Meyer, I think, is going to be coming up on mat 3. Carita with the reversal. Goes up 7-3.
So Travis DeVoso won 11-2 at 145 for Del Barton over Alex Wynant of Mendham.
Okay, Bob, you call Meyer. Phillipsburg's Brian Myers on mat 3, so we're going to go to mat 3, Jake, and I will just keep everyone informed of Alex Carita of Hackettstown here, who with under 1.5 minutes to go has an 8-3 lead over Sean Conley of Hanover Park. He escaped and then got a takedown to go up 8-3.
So they are underway. Brian Meyer and Justin LeMay of West Morris. Meyer the top seed, LeMay the number 4 seed. As Meyer trying to duck under and then back to his feet. Just 30 seconds underway as they stop for a little headgear adjustment. And back to the center. Meyer 33-2, a senior as he's in on a single leg. Now comes back out square, trying to come around the far side as he picks up LeMay and gets the takedown. Brian Meyer up 2-0 near the edge with a leg in quickly and trying to cross face from left to right as they go off the edge.
They just stopped potentially dangerous as Alex Carita had a double arm bar. He's got an 8-3 lead and 25 seconds to go.
So Meyer up 2-0 as they start back at the center. Minute 7 to wrestle in the first period. So LeMay comes to his feet. Meyer looked to lock and pick him up. Now square off to a double and comes around behind to maintain control. LeMay back up to his feet again. As Meyer gets him back down with a temporary half Nelson. Now reaching for wrist control. Riding with a tight waist.
Alex Carita of Hackettstown advances to the final 8-3 over Sean Conley of Hanover Park. He'll face Travis DeVoso of Del Barton in the final.
Meyer with a half Nelson as LeMay comes to his feet and they go off with 30 seconds to wrestle in the first period. Meyer still up 2-0. LeMay, a junior, 29-4. He is the 4 seed. Meyer will ride again from the left side.
You stay with that, Bob, and I'll just keep my eye on Vince Andriano of Del Barton, Gerald Jones of Caldwell, the other 152-pound semifinal.
LeMay tries to clear his hips as Meyer follows. Working wrist control. He's got a one-on-one on the right side. Now comes out to face LeMay with LeMay flat to the mat. Meyer working wrist control again, and his time's about to expire, and it does. So period number 1 ends with Brian Meyer up 2-0. He has the choice and will take down to start period number 2. So LeMay gets set, and they're underway. Meyer trying to clear his hips. Coming to his feet near the edge, and he comes out for one. 3-0 Brian Meyer.
Jones of Caldwell has taken down Andriano of Del Barton and leads 2-0.
So it took 11 seconds for Brian Meyer to come out, and they're now working takedowns with just over a minute and a half to go in the second period. They locked up and now break apart. Meyer working for hands, tries to shrug by LeMay, now tries to duck under LeMay. LeMay fights off Meyer with a whizzer to fight off LeMay. He's using that for leverage as they break back apart. Another headgear adjustment. Minute 14 to go in the second period. Back underway is more referee time now. Looks like blood time for Brian Meyer.
We have an escape for Andriano of Del Barton. 2-1 Jones of Caldwell. 35 seconds to go in the first.
Meyer getting a look from the training staff.
Final 15 seconds of the first period with Jones still on top 2-1, and they've been exchanging takedown attempts. Now the first period will end 2-1, Jones.
Back underway after blood time. 3-0 Brian Meyer. Minute to go, second period. He tries to lock up. LeMay shoots. Meyer blocks him off. They come back to their feet. Meyer tries to shrug by, pushing on the head of LeMay to keep some distance.
Brian pinned LeMay in last year's quarterfinals in 2-12.
We have 40 seconds to go in the first period as they go off to the edge. Meyer with a quick takedown to start things. I'm sorry, we're in the second period. Meyer with a quick takedown to start things and then escaped early here in the second period. And now more blood time. Not sure it's where it's coming from because they're wiping it off Brian's arm and now checking up on his face.
Jones riding in the second period for Caldwell, leading 2-1 over Andriano of Delbarton. Minute 33 to go in the second.
So they're almost back underway, and now we've got blood on the mat.
You just joined us. Phillipsburg is 4 for 4 so far. Brian Meyer attempting to be the State Liners' 5th finalist.
They'll try again.
Cullen Day, Travis Jones, Cody Harrison, Kyle Tino, all victorious for Phillipsburg in the semifinals.
Back underway as LeMay shoots and blocked off by Meyer. Meyer looking to duck under near the edge. LeMay shoots, blocked off by Meyer again. Looks to try to shrug his way by. He's just locking up around the front and comes back to his feet. A bit of an arm drag, trying to circle around behind, throws LeMay back, but they go off to the side with 12 and a half to go in the second period. Back underway in the center. Meyer conscious of the clock. And I think both guys are just content to let a few seconds expire here. Meyer taps at the head, and that ends the second period. 3-0 Brian Meyer. He chose down to start the second period, and LeMay will choose down to start the third.
Jones of Caldwell worked a tilt. He leads Andriano 4-1 in the second.
As they get underway with Meyer riding from the left side. LeMay comes to his feet. Meyer has him back down. Meyer rode LeMay easily in the first period. Excuse me. Just got it around the front and with looking for a half Nelson, fights that off. LeMay working for hand control from the bottom as they go off. They've burned 28 seconds. Meyer with a first period takedown, and then he rode out the balance of the first period. He escaped early in the second, and LeMay was more of the aggressor in the second period, but without any advance. Meyer having pinned Gressel of Whippany Park in a minute 59 to advance to this stage. Meyer picks up LeMay, and they're back down near the edge. With Meyer in control now, LeMay comes out square, so he does get an escape, and that makes it 3-1 Brian Meyer with a minute 17 to go.
We're now in the third with Jones of Caldwell leading Andriano of Delbarton 4-1.
LeMay was the aggressor in the second period, but without any advantage as they lock up. Meyer working hand control, and they break apart again. Meyer tapping at the head and keeping some distance with the head. LeMay's the one who needs points here as he tries an arm drag. Meyer fights him off. Meyer pushing into LeMay near the edge. They lock up again. So we have 30 seconds to wrestle. LeMay tries to block. Meyer pressure on the head, they break apart. Lock up again. Working for hand control with 20 seconds to go. Neither wrestler has a stalling warning. LeMay really has not been as aggressive this period as he was in the second, as we're down to 10 seconds to go. LeMay shoots in, Meyer blocks him off. And they come back to their feet, and Brian Meyer will win 3-1 at 152 to advance to the regional finals.
Let's go to mat 2, Jake, and we'll finish this one out with Vince Andriano of Delbarton trailing Gerald Jones of Caldwell 5-1. Jones looking for a rematch with Brian Meyer. Meyer, the 3-1 winner, just passed right in front of our camera. Jones has a takedown, 2 back points, and an escape for his 5. Andriano has an escape for his 1. Here at 152 pounds. Jones with half a shot at the left leg of Andriano. Jones trying to underhook Andriano, looking for a bear hug. Andriano taps at the head. There's a stalling warning on Jones. I think Andriano has been frustrated by Jones. 20 seconds to go. He tried to get an escape and takedown, or give up an escape and get a takedown in the third, and just refused really to give Jones any reaction time. And I don't know if he was frustrated with Jones or frustrated with referee Schreiner, but didn't get what he wanted. This will be a 5-1 decision for Gerald Jones of Caldwell over Vince Andriano of Del Barton, and it'll be Jones and Meyer again, back-to-back Saturdays for us in the finals. Meyer of Phillipsburg, Jones of Caldwell in the final at 152.
Underway at 160, top seed Matt Liberato of Hanover Park with a 4-0 lead over Frank DeMeo as DeMeo comes out to face him. He's of Nutley, the 4 seed.
Let's stay with that. Stay with Liberato and DeMeo.
So Liberato
that's on mat 1, Jake.
Liberato just came around the back to pick up a takedown, so he's now up 6-1. Liberato, the top seed, 25-4, a senior, as he's got an arm bar without the far wrist, but he's got that bar in deeply as he tries to step over and turns Frank DeMeo. And that's a back points, and that's a fall. That's a fall for Matt Liberato, and it comes with a minute 50 as he advances at 160, the top seed over Frank DeMeo of Nutley.
And that will immediately put Phillipsburg's Lance Wissing on mat 3. So, Jake, we're going to go to mat 3, and this will be Marco Gaeta of West Morris and Lance Wissing of Phillipsburg. So we've been wrestling for a little over an hour, and we're up to 170 pounds in a fast-moving semifinal round. So Lance Wissing of Phillipsburg is the 4 seed. He's a senior, 36-3. Marco Gaeta of West Morris is the top seed. He is a senior, 31-2. He's the District 11 champion. Wissing of Phillipsburg, the District 9 champion. Rick Solofsky will be the referee for this bout. And then right in front of us on 2 is 160 Calvetti of Del Barton and Morgan of West Orange. But we'll be watching Wissing on mat 3. He's in the state liner, white across the chest, Phillipsburg across the chest, with gray and garnet trim. They go off no advantage. Back to the center, 20 seconds in. Gaeta in the West Morris light blue shrugs Wissing and has a takedown. Gaeta on top, 2-0. As they go off the mat, a minute 26 to go in the first, and Gaeta says he's going to cut him. Gaeta's a defending champ in this weight class, beating Oster of Warren Hills in last year's final. And obviously perceives the advantage on his feet with Phillipsburg's Lance Wissing. 45 seconds gone in the first. Tie up each other's wrists. They break apart. Wissing trying to snap down on the head of Gaeta. Look, Russian tie in the right arm at the edge of the mat, and off they go at just under a minute to wrestle in the first. Lance Wissing did not wrestle in the postseason for Phillipsburg last year. His season cut short by an ankle injury. He was just 3-5 a year ago. 35-3 this season. Trying to work a Russian tie. Gives up on that. Gaeta trying to work a front head and arm. Wissing backs out of that, and they're off neutral at 32 seconds to go in the first. And looking for that Russian tie is Wissing. Under 20 seconds to go here in the first. Gaeta trying to tie up the right wrist of Wissing. Final 10. And the first period will end with Marco Gaeta of West Morris leading Phillipsburg's Lance Wissing 2-1. Flip of the disc goes to Gaeta. Gaeta will defer. Wissing looks over to the State Liner coaches. Coach Dave Post, he will take underneath to start the second. Wissing advancing with a 12-5 win over Joe Marchesano of Glen Ridge in last night's quarters. That was a rematch of the district final from last Saturday. Wissing with a fall last Saturday, 12-5 decision last night. Gaeta, the top seed, advanced with a 12-3 major decision over Nick Zara of Hanover Park. He has control of Wissing's right wrist. Out the right side. 35 seconds gone here in the second with Gaeta riding Wissing. Controlling that right wrist on the right side. Trying to walk that now out in front. Pretty nice, strong ride here by Gaeta. Trying to pick up on Wissing's ankle. Wissing trying to stand at the edge. He'll get a fresh start with 54 seconds to go in the first.
Delbarton's Kieran Calvetti up 3-2 over Colin Morgan of West Orange after 2.
Wissing gets set. Left hand tight waist. Wissing trying to reach back for the left leg. Couldn't get it. Controlling the left wrist of Wissing. Gaeta leading 2-1 here in the second. Stalling warning on Lance Wissing. Gaeta trying to pick him up through the crotch. Control that left wrist and tilt him to his left side. 20 seconds to go. Wissing has really not come close to getting out here in the second. There's a roll attempt by Wissing. Tried to Peterson. Gaeta spinning right with him. Drops down on Wissing's right leg. 5 seconds to go. Wissing trying desperately to crawl away. And the stalling warning is called on Gaeta, but he may have saved that escape point with 2.6 seconds to go. So using short time to his advantage. And Gaeta with a 2-1 lead over Wissing after 2. And Gaeta's going to go underneath. So Marco Gaeta, the defending champ, leading Phillipsburg's Lance Wissing 2-1 here as we go to the third. Wissing left hand tight waist. Gaeta trying to stand. Wissing riding out the left side. Wissing's probably best on top and on his feet. Controlling that left wrist. Reaching back through the crotch on Gaeta. Trying to turn him to his right. Gaeta stands. Side headlock by Wissing. Tosses him, but Gaeta able to come off his back very quickly, and he has an escape, and Gaeta now leads 3-1. Working takedowns with 1:20 to go in the bout. Only takedown belongs to Marco Gaeta of West Morris. Wissing tries to underhook the left shoulder. He likes a lateral drop if he can get it. pushing in on Gaeta at the edge of the mat. Phillipsburg coaches Dave Post and Scott Silvas in the chairs. They are off the mat with 57 seconds to go. Wissing needs a takedown here, trailing by 2. Stateliners with 5 in the semis. Lance Wissing is their last wrestler in this round, trying to make it 6. Each wrestler has a stalling warning. Gaeta drops down to the right leg of Wissing. They're off the mat at 44 seconds. Wissing trying to snap down on the head of Gaeta, controlling Wissing's left wrist, then reaches for a leg, can't get it. Wissing diving in at the edge, Gaeta sprawls. Trying to spin around to Wissing's right. They're off the mat at 26 seconds. Winners in this round have punched their ticket to Atlantic City. Wissing missed on a duck under. Gaeta underhooking Wissing's left shoulder. Wissing wants to try and push him off, get a fresh start here at the edge. And Gaeta circles at the edge. And they're off at 6 seconds. So Marco Gaeta 6 seconds away from making that first period takedown stand up. And decision Phillipsburg's Lance Wissing, who dove in quickly on an ankle. Can he finish it? Gaeta locked through the crotch. And Gaeta will win 3-1 over Phillipsburg's Lance Wissing at 170. So the defending champ from West Morris is back in the finals.
About a 160, Colin Morgan and Kieran Calvetti. They're in overtime, 4-4. Scoreless in the takedown. And Calvetti riding here in the second overtime as 5 seconds to go, with Morgan near coming out, but not.
But we'll go to mat 2 and finish this one up, Jake. On mat 2, Calvetti of Delbarton and Morgan of West Orange.
So Calvetti will now be underneath. And coaching staff indicating that Morgan's going to cut him loose.
So he's got 30 seconds. Morgan has 30 seconds to get a takedown here, or he'll lose this one.
Morgan got a pair. One in the first and one in the third. It's 20 seconds to go as they lock up. Morgan trying to work his way behind. Calvetti just hanging on that arm, burning some clock as they shrug free. 10 seconds to go as they circle. Stalling warning on Calvetti. 5 seconds as they lock up. And that'll do it. Calvetti, the winner from Delbarton. But a strong effort from Colin Morgan of West Orange. So Calvetti advances at 160.
And he will face the top seed, Matt Liberato of Hanover Park. So that's ultimate tiebreaker, or tiebreaker number 2. Calvetti wins 5-4 for Delbarton at 160. The other match at 170, that's on mat 1. That is Lonsky of Delbarton and Gabrielli of Nutley. And are we going to have Warren Hills right in front of us on mat 2? That's Delbarton in the chairs right in front of us. It will not be Warren Hills. So I think we'll take the one. We'll stay on mat 2, Jake, right in front of us. Yeah, this will be 182. Cole Creshpain of Delbarton and Ken Newman of Livingston will be right in front of us on mat 2 at 182 pounds. And that's Lonsky. Lonsky just get a fall there, Bob?
Yes, he did. He got a fall in 1:09.
That's for Delbarton at 170. So that's Gaeta of West Morris, Lonsky of Delbarton in the final at 170.
Now what's on mat number 3, 182 pounds, Rawls, West Orange.
All right, Jake, we're going to change our minds. That's how quickly things work today. We're going to go to mat 3. Mat 3 because that's where Jared Oster of Warren Hills will be on the mat against Sebastian Rawls of West Orange. Oster is the number 2 seed. He is a senior, 26-1. Rawls of West Orange, the 3 seed, the District 10 runner-up. So he is in the darker blue. Lighter shade of blue is Oster of Warren Hills, who has the big brace pad on his left knee. Oster, the 2 seed, a senior, 26-1. Rawls, West Orange, the 3 seed, a senior, 32-5. 20 seconds gone and no advantage. And Oster gets in on the left leg. Oster has the left leg up in the air. Tries to trip. Oster looking over to coach Jared Hoschbach as he tries to trip, gets the trip, and has the takedown. Oster on top, 2-0. As they go off the mat in a minute 14.
Cole Kershane of Del Barton up 2-1 over Ken Newman of Livingston at 182.
Chris Rebels is the referee for this bout. Chris handling District 9 last week. Oster picks up Rawls, returns him to the mat. Warren Hills with 4 wrestlers in the semifinals today, and there are 3 of them coming up in the next few minutes. They did lose O'Rourke at 126 in this round to Pat Glory of Del Barton. Oster riding. We had a chance to see Oster in the Hunter and Sussex Warren, where he was the champion in this weight class. And Oster, the runner-up last year at 170 in the finals to Marco Gaeta of West Morris. Oster trying to keep those legs in, keep the left leg in, and ride out this first period. There's a roll by Rawls. Oster stays with him. Rawls stands again, under 10 seconds to go. Oster brought him down. Right hand on the mat. And the first period will end with Oster of Warren Hills on top, 2-0.
It's 2-1. Cole Kershane of Del Barton over Ken Newman of Livingston. And now Kershane just comes out, so it's 3-1 as they start the second period.
Oster will be underneath to start the second. Rawls, right hand tight waist. Reaches for Oster's left wrist. Oster trying to come to a stand. Rawls maintaining control. Oster on his knees. Oster frees the wrist. Rawls reaches inside for the right wrist, can't get it, then pressures the right elbow. Looks for a crossface. Oster again trying to stand, brought back down to his knees by Rawls, trying to work a hazard tilt. Wants to turn Oster to his left at the edge of the mat. And Chris Rebel says they're off at a minute 24. Rick Solovsky is assisting. Doug Bush also here, so 3 of the 4 referees from last Saturday in District 9 are here in the Region 3 semis and finals today. Oster trying to stand. Rawls chopping at that left elbow. Wants to try to get control of Oster's right wrist. He won't let him have it. Tries to run a half in the right side. Gives up on that. Looking for the left elbow. Oster has not been able to get out. Rawls has not been able to come close to turning him. Stalling warning. That is on top. Stalling warning on top on Sebastian Rawls of West Orange. He's the District 10 runner-up, and that is to Kresh Payne of Del Barton. Trying to stand. Oster stands, tripped back down by Rawls. right on the edge of the mat. 3 mats today here at West Orange. Chris Rebel says you're off at 36 seconds.
Delbarton's Crush Payne back up 7-2 as they're in the third period over Ken Newman of Livingston. And now a takedown for Crush Payne, so that makes it 9-2 as the period expires.
Oster stands, tearing at those hands. Oster is out with 30 seconds to go. And the Warren Hills senior now leads 3-0. Rawls trying to snap down on the head of Oster. Only takedown belongs to Oster. Oster trying to knee tap. 3 seconds to go. And Jared Oster of Warren Hills will have a 3-0 lead after 2. Rawls' choice. He'll go underneath in the third.
Delbarton's Cole Crush Payne leading 9-2. They're on their feet in the third period, minute 35 to go as they pause for some blood time. Over Ken Newman of Livingston. Crush Payne the top seed, Newman the number 4.
Have a caution on Sebastian Rawls of West Orange. Rawls gets set. Now Oster. Left hand tight waist. Gets that right leg in. Rawls comes up to a stand that stopped potentially dangerous by Chris Rebels. 6 seconds into the third. Rawls tries to stand. Left hand thigh pry by Oster. Then wanted to lock up a standing cradle. Drops down to the right leg on Rawls. Rawls with a whizzer, and Rawls has an escape. It's 3-1 in the third. Working takedowns, and the only one belongs to Jared Oster of Warren Hills. 30 seconds gone in the third. Good crowd on hand today at Tarnoff Gymnasium here in West Orange. Off they go. They're back to the center in a minute 15. So it's Rawls who has to be the aggressor. Oster backpedals towards the center. Again, they fight for hand and wrist control, break apart. Rawls trying to sweep in on a leg. He has a hand behind the right knee of Oster. Oster trying to come around to the right side of Rawls. Trying to bury the head. Now trying a hand and a wrist behind the knee, and Chris Rebel says we're stalemated with 34 seconds to go. Looking for a Russian tie now is Rawls.
Cole Crush Payne just got a fall in the third period to advance for Delbarton over Ken Newman of Livingston.
Off the mat with 21 seconds to go. That's the 100th win, according to the public address announcer in the career for Cole Crush Payne. There's a stalling call on Oster. 10 seconds to go, and they're off at 7.1. 7.1 seconds to go. And a caution then on Rawls. Rawls tried to duck under. Oster blocks him off at the edge, and Oster will win. Jared Oster of Warren Hills wins 3-1 at 182, and Warren Hills has their first finalist. Oster winning 3-1.
We have 2 matches on deck. Both are 220 pounds.
195. Easier for us, Jake. We'll stay on mat 2 because this is going to be a District 9 rematch. between Kyle Schaefer of Caldwell and Gage Armillo of Mendham.
Warren Hills. Mainly Woodside Park. Delta Warren Hills also on deck.
That's Mendham's Armillo to your right. The District 9 runner-up, Schaefer in the Caldwell lighter blue. The District 9 champ. He's a 3 seed, a senior 29-4. The 2 seed, Armillo's the 2 seed from Mendham. The District 9 runner-up, he's a sophomore 33-2. Armillo tried to get in on Schaefer's left leg, looking for a high crotch. Schaefer around the arms and able to fight that off as our referees Jamie Schreiner. Our athletic director of the tournament, chairman here, Mr. Bly, going to move some of the wrestlers out of the way, blocking mat 1. Front-headed arm for Schaefer. Shrugged by Schaefer, and he's got the takedown. Kyle Schaefer of Caldwell out in front, 2-0 over Gage Armillo of Mendham, trying to work a hazard tilt to the left. Armillo fights that off with 35 seconds to go here in the first. Armillo trying to reach back for Schaefer's left leg to pull him out in front. Tried to work that tilt out the left side, and referee Ron Schreiner said nothing going. Under 20 seconds to go here in the first. Schaefer ended up winning by fall last week, but it was had only a 1-point lead, and it was a desperation throw attempt by Armillo. Schaefer led 3-2 at the time, and he got the fall in 5:54. First period ends with Schaefer out in front, 2-0.
Underway at 195, Noah Tandy, the top seed from West Morris, and Anthony Siragusa, the 4 seed from Del Barton. They are scoreless with under 30 seconds to go in period 1.
That's actually a rematch, Bob, I think, from last week. Tandy of West Orange and Siragusa. That's a rematch from the District 10 final last week. Schaefer underneath. Armillo trying to get the left leg in and work a power half. Words of encouragement from Rick Thompson, who just passed behind us. Armillo keeps that right leg in. Weight high on the back of Schaefer, and a stalemate's called by referee Schreiner with 1:31 to go here in the second.
Score was first period at 195. Tandy of West Orange will take down to start period 2 against Anthony Siragusa of Del Barton.
Schaefer tries to stand right away, picks up on that left foot, and they're going to stop it, potentially dangerous, as both feet of Armillo had come up off the mat. Schaefer getting set. Trying to join the Joneses for Caldwell in the finals. Armillo doing a good job of riding Schaefer here in the second. Bars the left arm, takes that right wrist, and Schaefer's able to free the right wrist. Darren Jones of Caldwell was defeated at 120 by Strashinsky of Del Barton, 2-1. And Gabriel of Verona pinned Alex Jones at 138. But at the 152-pounder, Gerald Jones has advanced to the finals for Caldwell. Back to the center here at 44 seconds with Schaefer still underneath here in the second.
Still score was 3 minutes gone between Tandy and Siragusa at 195.
Armillo wraps that right-hand tight waist around the left side of Schaefer. Stalemate's called by referee Schreiner. Got some of the Caldwell coaches just over Jake's right shoulder today. Schaefer tries to stand. Armijo got a leg in. Schaefer picks up on Armijo's left ankle. Trying to turn back into him. Armijo maintaining control. Stays right with him with 15 seconds to go. It's been a good ride by Gage Armijo of Mendham, but is unable to turn Kyle Schaefer here in the second. It's going to be Armijo's choice in the third. So after 2, it is 2-0 Schaefer over Armijo. Armijo's choice. He'll go underneath. Caldwell coaches reminding Schaefer, give up 1, not 2. Picks up on the right ankle in the whistle with a left-hand tight waist. Trying to take Armijo off his base. Peterson roll attempted by Armijo. He is close to a reversal. Drops Schaefer down on his left hip. Schaefer locked now through the crotch on Armijo. Armijo trying to reach back to cross-face Schaefer and has the reversal. So we are tied at 2. So after being advised to give up 1, not 2, the Peterson roll not finished for back points, but it was able to get Armijo the reversal. And we're 2-2 with 1:15 to go in the third. Armijo's been very aggressive on top, but was not able to turn Schaefer in the second. So Schaefer's going to have to carry that weight again in the third as they're stalemated with 1:05 to go. The loser of this one could end up facing Phillipsburg's Shamir Brothers again in the consolation bracket. 2-2 here with coming up on 50 seconds to go. Armijo riding Kyle Schaefer. Armijo of Mendham riding Schaefer of Caldwell. Stalling warning on Kyle Schaefer. That's the first warning. Armijo with a right-hand tight waist around the left side of Schaefer, chopping at that left elbow. For the most part, Schaefer has been broken down, and it's stalling called on top. Now it's a warning apiece. They've each been warned. We've got 26 seconds. Schaefer ready. Tries to stand. Armijo got the left leg in. Schaefer tries to sit back into him. Armijo with the left leg locked and locked through the crotch. Under 15 seconds to go. Schaefer reaching back for the head, trying to turn the other way. Armijo still in control, locked through the crotch. 2 seconds, and we're going overtime at 1:95. Kyle Schaefer of Caldwell in the light blue. Gage Armijo of Mendham in the dark blue.
Delbarton's Anthony Saragusa now up 2-1 over Noah Tandy, the top seed of West Orange. 30 seconds to go in the bout.
And that's at the other half of 195. Front head and arm by Schaefer. Trying to spin around. Armijo blocks him off with his right arm. Armijo trips. Schaefer with a whizzer. He powers through the whizzer. He's got Schaefer on his back, and he got the fall. In overtime, in 18 seconds for Gage Armijo of Mendham. So the fall comes in 6:18 in overtime. With a whizzer, he powered through that and put a half Nelson in and took Schaefer to his back. Be able to finish yours, Bob, and then we'll know where the finalists are at 195.
6 seconds to go with a stalling warning just now with Saragusa up 2-1 over Noah Tandy. Saragusa got a point on locked hands and then an escape here in the third to go up, and he's going to hold on to win. Tony Saragusa advances at 195, 2-1 over the top seed, Noah Tandy of West Orange.
So that'll be Del Barton against Mendham in the finals at 195.
Cliffside Park. Delta, Warren Hills, you are now on mat 3.
We're going to go to mat 3, Jake. Going to go to mat 3 because that's going to be Nick Galka of Warren Hills.
Over the heavyweight matches.
Galka is a junior, 23-3, and he'll face Kenny Pena of Cliffside Park. This is a rematch from last week's finals that was in District 12 that was won by Galka. He's a junior, 23-3. Pena is a senior, 24-11. He is in the black singlet with red trim. Warren Hills is Galka with a big WH on his left hip. Also, that's a black singlet that's WH is in blue. Chris Rebels is the referee. Off they go, no advantage, just 8 seconds in. Wrestlers are tied up. Galka tried to horse his way around to the right side of Pena, was blocked off by Pena.
Winner, Anthony Siragusa of Del Barton by decision.
In on the right leg is Galka, that's blocked off. Then Pena tries to duck under, and they're off neutral to minute 35.
West Morris Mendham by
Underway at 220, Robert Rosen, the 4 seed of West Morris, and Trey Zagombic of Del Barton, the top seed. Scoreless with just under a minute gone.
Galka reaching for a right leg, and they're off. And almost did Pena almost into the stands there. And he's going to get some attention, I think, on that, on the right leg. I believe he hit the bleachers. I mean, it's tight here in West Orange, on especially, we'll call it the north and south end of the gym. There is barely walking room off the edge of the mats, and the stands are right there as well. So we are getting some injury time for Kenny Pena of Cliffside Park.
Del Barton's Trey Zagombic just scored a takedown with 5 seconds to go in the first period. He's up 2-0 over Robert Rosen of West Morris, with Zagombic taking down to start period 2.
Okay, Pena's okay, and we're back to the action here at 220. Pena reaches with his right leg, can't pull in the right leg of Galka. Galka dives in on the right leg of Pena, and they're off the mat in a minute 4 to wrestle in the first. Still to come, we've got a Warren Hills Hackettstown battle at heavyweight. Pena trying to lock both hands behind the head of Galka. Trying to snap down on Galka. Wrestlers break apart. 45 seconds to go here. Galka pushing in on Pena, and they're off the mat at 44 seconds. Diving in on the right leg is Galka. That's blocked off. Pena tries to drive through on Galka, and Galka fought him off. 30 seconds to go here. Scoreless first at 220. Galka reaching for the right leg, can't pull it in. Have seen the 220-pounders take some leg shots here. Galka dives in, and sprawling is Pena. They're off at 21 seconds.
It's 3-0 Trey Zagombic of Del Barton with a minute to go in the second period now over Robert Rosen of West Orange.
I just meant, and Galka may have hurt his leg on a half shot. They're off at 11 seconds. He's got a little limp coming back to the center. Galka might have his right ankle. Appears to have some white tape on the back of that. First period ends scoreless here at 220. One thing's for sure, you're not going to see any leg shots with Andes of Hackettstown and Ajayi of Warren Hills coming up at 285. Pena defers, and Galka will be underneath to start the second. After this, we have a round of consolations, the first round of consolations, which are the 4 wrestlers last night's quarterfinal losers. We'll be back approximately 3:20 this afternoon with the finals. Pena maintains control as they go off 8 seconds in to the second. And we'll try to hang on, give you as much of the paperwork as possible, tell you how many the schools have in the finals and still alive in the consolations. Pena with both legs in. Gets Galka down to his knees, trying to work a power half. Pena on top in the black for Cliffside Park with red trim. Has the legs in on Nick Galka of Warren Hills. Trying to turn him to his right. Chris Rebels looking in, shaking his head no. Maybe near a stalemate here if you can, and that is the call from referee Chris Rebels with 1:03 to go here in the second. Galka's still underneath.
Tracy Gombic riding in the third period, leading of Del Barton, leading 3-0 over Robert Rosen.
Galka stands right away and comes out. On the escape, the Warren Hills Jr. has a 1-0 lead. Wrestlers diving in as Galka at the edge at 48 seconds. Wrestlers circle to the right. Coming up on the 30-second mark to go here in the second as Pena missed on a shot. Galka was almost able to spin around behind him, but they're off at 28 seconds. Galka tries to underhook the right shoulder. A stalling warning is called on Pena for backing off with 21 seconds to go in the second. Galka tried to get in on a double. Then Pena went to an inside trip, couldn't finish that, and they back off at 11 seconds.
Tracy Gombic's going to win here at 2:20 from Del Barton, 3-1 over Robert Rosen of West Morris.
Final 5 seconds here. They are off the mat at 2.4. So Del Barton with another finalist. After 2, 1-0 lead for Galka of Warren Hills. Pena's choice. Going to be Hackettstown and Warren Hills heavyweights right in front of us. So we will finish on mat 3, Jake, and then we're going to go to mat 2 when this one is over. Galka riding here in the third, trying to break down Pena. Breaks him down outside the center. Galka trying to join Warren Hills teammate Jared Oster in the finals. Belvedere has a finalist, Quinn Malofchik. Been a pretty good round for Warren County, and Warren County is going to have a finalist at heavyweight. Galka trying to keep Pena in, but they're off the mat at 1:23.
Andes and Ajayi underway at heavyweight with 30 seconds burned off. They're circling on their feet.
Right hand tight waist by Galka. Pena tries to sit out and turn in. Galka stays with him. Galka has broken down Pena. Pena trying to get to his knees. Galka then hooks that right leg, picks up the left ankle to break him down. I didn't see the scoring from this one in last week, but I get the feeling that it's the same thing with Gawker putting on the strong ride. They're off at 55 seconds because Pena thought long and hard before deciding to take underneath. Gawker, right hand tight waist. Trying to turn Pena to his left, driving a half Nelson. Gawker ties up the right arm and has Pena on his back. And a body press by Gawker, and he got the fall. That comes in 5:23.
Andy's got a takedown. He just threw in a power half and trying to put Ajayi to his back. Andy's from Hackettstown as he looks to press, and he does get the fall. And it comes with 1 minute and 46 seconds for Joe Andes of Hackettstown. So he will advance to the Region 3 finals.
All right, Jake, you can just keep the camera on 2, and we'll see what happens there. We're going to try and catch up on some paperwork here as we have. Is there one heavyweight to go, which I think is going to be on mat 2.
That'll be Jason Kopich and Ryan Knox
before they start the consolation round. So I'm going to try, if you call that, and I'm going to try and catch up on the paperwork on what's been happening here.
So Knox of Randolph, he is a junior, 24 and 14. I think visibility is going to be an issue here. Randolph in the white with...
That's on mat 3, Jake.
Blue.
Mat 3 is where the action is. If somehow we can poke through to see that.
So they are circling in the center. Kopich and Knox. Knox in the white, Kopich in the gray with the maroon B for Becton. And Knox is the 2 seed, Kopich the 3 seed. As they tie up in the center and circle, 30 seconds have gone by. Kopich, a senior, 25 and 7, the Division 10 champ. Knox, a junior, 24 and 14, the champ from Division 12. As they circle and grapple near the center of the mat. So hopefully you have a little bit better of a view than I do as they circle about here on their feet. It's going to be a little tough to be the last guys standing here, so to speak. So Kopich of Becton, Knox of Randolph circling near the center. 43 seconds to go in period 1. Guy Saraki is your referee. And with Jamie Spiner assisting. Just a lot of grappling here in the center. No shots from anybody as they break back apart. Circling near the center once again. 10 seconds to go in period 1. And a familiar heavyweight circling for the first period. As that ends the first period scoreless between Ryan Knox of Randolph and Jason Kopich of Becton. We have a little blood time. And an adjusting of the bands. So this is the last match to occur here in the semifinal round. As Hackettstown's Andes has already advanced with a fall over Ajayi of Warren Hills. And the winner of this bout then between Knox and Kopich will decide who faces Andes for the Region 3 championship at 285.
I can tell you at this point, and just I understand they're having blood time there. Joe Barton put 12 in the semis today. They have advanced 9 to the finals. Phillipsburg has 5. And in case you are just joining us, that is Cullen Day, Travis Jones, Kyle Tino, Cody Harrison, and Brian Meyer. Hanover Park has 4. And then we have 2 for Warren Hills, 2 for Hackettstown, and 1 each for Belvedere, Caldwell, Mendham, Verona, and West Morris, with this bout between Randolph and Beckton still pending.
So Beckton's Jason Kopich chose down and Nearhill on his back. So it was 2 quick back points there for Ryan Knox. And now they're up to their feet as Kopich comes free. So it's 2-1 Ryan Knox of Randolph. We're exchanging bands once again. Well, you got a little bit more meat to be wrapped. So 1:38 to go here in the second period as they circle once again. We went scoreless in the first period. No one came close to a takedown. Certainly no one wants to go underneath. So as they circle and tie up, with Knox trying to pull off Kopich's hands, and he does so. They lock up again. Blood time once more. And this will be for Ryan Knox of Randolph. He was the Division 12 champ, a junior, 24-14, and the number 2 seed. Again, Jason Andes has already advanced for Hackettstown with a first period pin late in the first period at 1:46 over Durodulu Ajayi of Warren Hills. So as Mike mentioned, this is a relatively small gym for 3 mats and a host of fans in bleachers on all 4 sides, none of them very large. So we're going to get back underway here. 1:14 to go, period 2, as they circle in the center and tie up once more. They are active in grappling and fighting for hand control, but thus far to no advantage. Neither party having coming close to a takedown. Let's circle near the edge. They're on the far mat to our right as they come back to the center. Knox trying to fight off a leg takedown from Kopich. Kopich has Knox's leg in the air as they brings him back towards the center. He's got the leg trapped in his center, and he does bring Knox down to the mat. So Kopich with a takedown, and he now goes up 3-2. As he rides now with 18 seconds to go in the second period. Knox comes back to his feet. Kopich still has that leg as before. And back down to the mat they go. With a stalling warning appears on Kopich for hanging on to that leg, but time does expire in the second period. So Kopich chose down to start the second. And I think we've got more blood time. So with that late second period takedown by Jason Kopich of Beckton, he has a 3-1 lead over, 3-2 lead, over Ryan Knox of Randolph.
Well, what I can tell you, and just tap me when you get back to the action, but in the first round of consolations coming up, we have West Morris. Randolph has 7. Phillipsburg has 5. West Morris has 4. Then you have 3 each for Columbia, Hanover Park, Mendham, North Bergen, Verona, and Whippany Park. 2 each for Caldwell, Glen Ridge, Livingston, Secaucus, and West Orange. And then already in the second round of consolations, these are the semifinal losers. West Morris has 5. And remember, top 4 advance, so you will need to win a couple of consolation bouts if you were a semifinal loser, you need to win a couple to advance.
They're back underway here to start the third period at neutral. I'm sorry. Looked like Knox had chosen down and gotten the escape, so it's 3-3.
And I should say, I stand corrected, the semifinal losers need to win one. They would clinch fourth place.
So we are tied now with 1.5 minutes to go in the third period. On their feet as they have been for the vast majority of this bout. Circling in the center. And for those of you who like old school at wrestling tournaments, you'll be happy to know there are 4x8 sheets that will be posted in the hallway for everyone to update their bracket sheets. Not just working the web here. So Knox and Kopech circling and tying up near the center. We have 1 minute to wrestle. This is pretty much like every heavyweight bout you've ever seen. As they go off to the side. A little bit more aggression from Ryan Knox pushing into Jason Kopech. Knox the 2 seed. So they circle again, 45 seconds to go. Some of the wrestlers taking the opportunity to stand and watch this one, which makes it a little harder on us to see what's going on. Tying up near the edge, 30 seconds to go. There was a takedown in the second period by Kopech of Bechting, excuse me. That was a leg takedown. But that's been really the only action here. 10 seconds to go, and it looks like we're going to go to overtime. Not unusual on a heavyweight bout as they lock up near the edge. 2 seconds. And we are going overtime.
The winner is going to get the top seed, Joe Andes of Hackettstown, a winner by fall in 1 minute 46 over Davidolu Ajayi of Warren Hills.
So they start a minute here neutral, tying up again and circling again. Kopech having the only takedown. Excuse me, Knox with a takedown in the second. Kopech won later after the escape. So 40 seconds to go as they circle again. Either one showing much eagerness to come around to go down for a leg or to circle around. Just tying up for control. Under 20 seconds to go. This being the first overtime period of 1 minute. 10 seconds as they grapple again in the center. Near the side, 5 seconds. And the first overtime expires with no points scored. So 3-3.
So now they'll go into the ride-out situation, or the tiebreaker 1 and tiebreaker 2, unless there's a fall.
So Knox deferred, and Kopech is taking down. I'm sorry, but really can't say. They've come to their feet here as Kopech trying to get free. The crowd can see more than I can at this point, so it looks like they're back down to the mat. Knox still riding. 10 seconds to go. Up to their hands, up to their feet. Locked hands is being called. And 1 point will be awarded for locked hands. So that will go to, they've got 5-3 up on the scoreboard.
I just changed it to 5-4.
There we go.
Somebody may have to tell us who won this one. I'm not sure we're going to be able to see. I think they could use the wrestlers, going down to one knee. Would get a chance to see something.